Today, we're going to build trivia questions in a maze using Scratch. The first thing we need to do is scroll down in our module to step 1 and click on the Directions tab. We need to download our files, so we need to click on Building Questions. We're going to go up to the top and click on the Download button, which is the arrow pointing at the line. Once our download is complete, we can click the X to exit out of that tab, and then we're going to sign into our Scratch account. We're going to click Sign In, I'm a student, and then sign in with Google. Now it's time to create our project. We're going to go over to the blue plus sign and click New Project. We're going to name it Building Questions, and then our first name. Then we're going to go to File, Load from your computer. Click on the Recent tab and click where it says Building Questions. Then click Open. Now it's time to build questions into our maze. When we click on the flag, we're going to have our player move through the maze. When they get to the obstacle or color, a question's going to pop up. So we see that it says true or false, the walls of this maze are orange. If the person gets it incorrect, their sprite is going to move back and they're going to have to go and try again. So we would know that we need to type in true. If they get it correct, then their sprite moves on. Obstacle. I'm going to scroll down to where my pink obstacle has the code started. The question is, true or false, there are two sprites in this game. So I need to go to my operators block. I need to find the one that says equals and fit it into that puzzle piece. So if, I'm going to go to my sensing block, the answer equals, and now we need to do the correct answer here. So there are two sprites in this game. There are not two sprites. So I'm going to type false. So if the player gets the answer correct, they would move past the obstacle. But if they get it wrong, they move back. So I actually like where this character is. We want it to still be in front of the purple. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to my motion block and drag my go to XY. Then I'm going to do glide 1 second to XY, and I'm going to put this in the else block because this is if the player gets the question wrong. Now I'm going to drag them a little bit past the obstacle, and I'm going to do my glide 1 second, and I'm going to put that right underneath my answer. So if the player answers false, which is the correct answer, they're going to go a little bit past the obstacle. Now it's time to code the brown obstacle. So I'm going to go back to my operators block. I'm going to find my equals. I'm going back to my sensing blocks and dragging out my answer bubble. This question says, this obstacle is blue. This obstacle is not blue, it's brown. So instead of 50, I'm going to click and make that say false because the answer to that question is false. So I'm going to drag my sprite a little bit behind that brown obstacle, going back to my motion block, doing glide 1 second to XY in the else because this is what happens if the player does not answer correctly. When they answer correctly, I want them to go a little bit past that brown obstacle. So I'm doing my glide 1 second and putting that under false. So remember, right underneath of our answer block in my if then block, that goes where we want the player to go if they get it correct. The else is if they get the answer wrong. Now you will see a maze that has been coded correctly. First, you will see if the player answers the question incorrectly, then you will see what happens if they answer it correctly.